Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. Wishing you all a very, very happy Tuesday, and welcome back to the Business Connected Lunch and Learn stage. My name is Grace. I'm a program manager here at Enterprise Nation, and delighted to be your host today. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll give it just a couple of seconds to wait until everyone's settled in. But today we are joined by the lovely Celia, the founder of Queen Bee Marketing Hive, who has given up her time today to share with you an introduction of AI tools for marketing for your business. So a really insightful webinar here today. So don't be shy, pop in all your questions that you may have for Celia throughout the next 30 minutes or so. The chat function is now live. Just a bit of housekeeping rules before we start. Today's agenda, we will be doing a nice Q&A. So I'll be asking Celia some questions. There won't be any slides today, just the one that you currently see on your holding slide, but not to worry, you will receive a recording of the conversation by the end of today, and it will also be available to watch back on Enterprise Nation. So not to worry if you do need to bob off. We will be here at the end of the day to support you guys. But let us know where you're tuning in from today, a bit more about your own business and what questions that you might have here for Cecilia and how we can support you in today's Lunch and Learn. Like I said, today's Lunch and Learn is part of the Business Connected program. If you are new to Business Connected, this is a program that Enterprise Nation have partnered up with Vodafone Business to equip small businesses just like you with digital skills. Celia, sorry, thank you so much for joining us today on this Tuesday's Lunch and Learn. I'd love it if you do a bit of an introduction to our audience, a bit more about your business as well. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Certainly. Thank you, Grace, and thank you very much for the invitation. It's great to be.
Give us a definition on what do you mean by AI tools when it comes to marketing?
Well, absolutely, and that's a great way to start, actually. So artificial intelligence it mimics human intelligence in computers, and these computers are programmed to think and act like a human. And they're able to perform a number of tasks. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a very broad and quite complex field. In the context of marketing, we are looking at helping us with performing a number of marketing tasks, anything from data analysis, from customer service, customer experience, marketing operations, content creation, preparing for meetings with prospects, and then lots of other numerous activities. In fact, quite a lot of us are using artificial intelligence already because it's frequently incorporated in many of the platforms we already use. Email platforms, they can advise you on what is the best time, for example, to send an email out in order to maximize your results, your deliverability. So that actually includes and integrates artificial intelligence. We are not necessarily aware of it, but the artificial intelligence is all around us, Grace.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for kickstarting that definition. I'd love to go a bit more into the benefits of using AI, artificial intelligence, like you said, Celia, like you said, in terms of when to best send out an email to your community, to your customers as well. So how does this really help us with marketing? And specifically, if you have any examples that you'd like to share with us as well.
Absolutely, that's what I'd like to do. I will give you the top 5 benefits that I think AI tools offer for marketing exercises. And these are, first of all, understanding our customers, increasing our productivity and by automating tasks. It helps us with lead generation, with content creation, that's a big one, and with customer service. All of these, we can have a number of tools that sit underneath it, but I will go through one by one and explain what these benefits are. Because ultimately, what AI does for us, it can get us to our destination faster, but it cannot determine what that destination is. We are still in control of our strategy and our objectives. So we have to set the GPS coordinates and then point the AI tools towards that direction, and then they can get us there quickly. So let's unpack this a little bit. The understanding our customers better. If we are able to analyze more data about our customers, we understand their behavior a little bit more, and that means we can create content and we can customize and tailor our marketing campaigns to fit the particular behavior types. Let me give you an example. There is an excellent AI tool called Crystal, C-R-Y-S-T-A-L, Crystal. And what Crystal does, you can attach it to your various social media profiles. You can attach it to LinkedIn, for example. And it can analyze the type of personality that this person is likely to be and the most effective way to communicate with them. Because we all know, we all communicate and we like to be communicated with in a different way. Some of us like fast and furious, some of us are more analytical, more paced. So Crystal can do this analysis for us and say that, look, if you are to talk to this person, better use short sentences, quick to the point, or, you know, expand a bit more in what you say, provide more examples. So that's one way that we can use AI tools. Grace, I don't know whether you've come across this before.
I have not, Celia. I'm really intrigued to find out a bit more. We have just popped a link in the chat, though, so everyone who is interested, so do check that out. But a fantastic tool to use, definitely. Thank you for sharing, Celia.
Absolutely. So that's one of the core benefits. And another one, of course, is lead generation, because who doesn't want to attract more clients and the right clients? And it's a plethora, absolute plethora of all the tools. And our objective today is to give a quick introduction. There is no time to go through absolutely everything that's out there, but I'm going to give you some examples. So for instance, a lot of us are using LinkedIn. And LinkedIn's Sales Navigator is a tool effectively which uses artificial intelligence to provide personalized lead recommendation. And that is based on our search history and the type of profile, the business profile we are interested in. So again, it's not a standalone AI tool, but incorporates AI to inform the search results, which can make it a very powerful tool for us to use. And the other area where we can increase our lead generation is with email marketing, which is quite essential. Any marketing strategy probably incorporates a good chunk is email marketing. And there are many, many platforms out there. For instance, the one I use, Send in Blue, or 3 words, all one, Send in Blue, but it's not the only one, by the way, is able to do what I just mentioned, is AI powered, which means that it can analyze the optimum time to be sending emails. It can analyze data sets and say, well, based on who is on your contact list, and the types of emails you're sending and what has happened in the past, we recommend that you adjust your sending time to this. What that means for us from a marketing perspective is better open rates. So our emails are more likely to be read, our links are more likely to be clicked, and people to do what we are inviting them to do. They can also create, they can help you create automated workflows. So it's not just the first email that we're sending, but what can follow afterwards, depending on what the contact on the list has done, what activities. Have they opened the email? Have they clicked on the email? So that again creates a very personalized experience. all of these, again, are AI-powered platforms, which we're probably still using, all of us here. It's just being aware that some of these, and I have to say this because it's important, is not always available in the free versions. So it's worth considering what our budget is, what our objective is. And for example, if we want to concentrate on email marketing, investigate the platform we're using to double check that it's AI powered. So that's the first task to do. And then decide to go for the paid version, which can unlock a lot of these benefits. Another big area in marketing is productivity, not just in marketing, in business in general, is productivity and efficiency. We all have tasks that take, longer than perhaps we would like them to. So how can we automate these things and make our life easier? So one of the tools I highly recommend and I use all the time, and people in the audience may have already experience with it, is otter.ai. OTTER.ai. And again, this is an AI-powered transcription and note-taking tool. It transcribes meetings, conversations in real time, and it then highlights the keywords of that conversation. The paid version also allows you to identify quickly any actions. So if in the conversation I said, oh, I will send this to you, Grace, then Otter AI picks that action, puts it on the side for me, it highlights it, and it makes it easy for me to go through all the transcript and identify easily what needs to happen next. It's absolutely fantastic tool. You can also send it as an assistant to join various webinars, and it can transcribe the webinar for you, and then you can just read it very quickly. Platforms like Notion, it's an excellent one. You can use it both for your personal and business life. It takes note-taking into a further step, integrates with Otter, and it creates, it can automate a number of the marketing activity. This is very good for marketing operations. So, and of course, marketing automation platforms like Zapier, for example, any repetitive marketing task. So for instance, I have a new lead. Somebody said, I'm interested on my website, then this email and this contact name needs to go to 2-3 different locations, and we can automate this through the use of AI tools. HubSpot, for example, is an absolutely fantastic platform. Most of us will be familiar. It's a little bit on the higher end in terms of pricing, but it does offer AI tools in terms of CRM, marketing automation, email marketing, social media, and everything, absolutely everything is powered by artificial intelligence. Another big benefit that I mentioned, and we are going to unpack this a little bit more, is content creation. And we're all under a lot of pressure to create a lot of content fast, but it's not always that easy. So there are a number of platforms, including ChatGPT, and we're going to cover this in a minute. But there are platforms like Grammarly, for example, that live can edit, proofread and edit, and can give us grammar checks and sentence structure, and can make recommendations. So that's very useful. And the other side of content creation is graphics. And Canva, that we all use, again, has AI, but there are new platforms out there like DALL-E, D-A-L-L-E, where it can create graphics for us. You can type from text to an image. You can say, I want to have a business person who is frustrated and a bit overwhelmed, and it creates images for you, which you can then use. They're bespoke images, and you can then use them on social media and on your website. Very, very exciting stuff, and also lots of automated tools for creating logos, social media templates to make sure our brand is consistent. The other big area, the final fifth area that has key benefits, and that is customer service. And I think most of us would have experienced chatbots, and they're particularly prevalent in the retail sector, but also any other type of industry or sector which has a lot of frequently asked questions. This could be IT or any other managed service, where a lot of people ask initially the same type of question that can be automated. The best app to use there is WhatsApp for Business. Not the straightforward WhatsApp that most of us have on our phones, but the WhatsApp for Business, which can be linked with a landline. So it is possible to have on your phone your personal WhatsApp for family and friends, but you can also have WhatsApp for Business linked to your business landline, and it allows you to attach it as a little chatbot on your website, and you can respond directly. You can have your services. You can send messages such as, we are now closed. We open tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So it does a lot of this customer experience, and it's all AI. Have you come across WhatsApp for Business, Grace, before?
I personally have not used it, Celia, but I do know that our lovely She Means Business trainers over on our Meta program do use it, and it is very, very successful. We have just popped a link into the chat actually for WhatsApp for Business. But Celia, before we jump into our next questions, a lot of people on the chat are asking for the names of these incredible platforms that you shared. So if you wouldn't mind going over the names again, we can pop the names into the chat, and Montel, our lovely backstage support, can get those links in so everyone joining knows where to find these platforms.
Yes, absolutely. We don't have slides today, but you can always get in touch by the Enterprise Nation platform and message me. But the platforms are Crystal, CRYSTAL. So it personalizes your social media profiles. Then we have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Send in Blue, which is an email marketing platform, but it's not the only one. We talked about WhatsApp for Business. Let me go through my notes here.
We have
Alter.ai, transcription and note taking.
Lovely, yeah.
Notion, which is organizing. It's very much operational. It's organizing everything, and it works with teams.
Notion's brilliant.
Zapier, again, it creates zaps, small automation. It links various apps together. HubSpot, HUB Spot. Have we covered most of them? Grammarly, which is the the grammar checking and the syntax checking and the proofreading, which again is live.
Fantastic, and really, really do appreciate that, and hope everyone on the line finds you super useful. I personally use Motion, Zapier, and HubSpot, and they are really brilliant. We did have a question come in, Celia, which I think is quite relevant for the tools we were discussing. So I'm just going to jump into this one before I jump into my next question. We've got a question here from Jermaine saying they have a software development agency and they want to know a bit more about using AI for sending messages via email and LinkedIn for one-to-one marketing messages / introductions that are personalized and personable. Do you have any top tips on the do's and don'ts to make sure that these messages are relevant and human-like as well?
Okay, so this isn't, if I understand this correctly, this is a marketing question rather than a tech question, because you can use APIs from different platforms and you can customize that. I think you need to analyze, we always start with analyzing our potential customers and understanding their behavior. So perhaps using Crystal for a little while to understand who are these people, how do they like to be contacted with. That would be my first starting point. So thinking time before acting. And then I will customize the messages and A/B test various messages to see which ones work best. And marketing, a lot of marketing is about testing, and I will make them short. There is one key point I would say for digital writing, which is relevant for all of us, especially when we're using AI tools for content creation, is to make it really short and snappy. Simply because visually, if we write a paragraph on a Word document, it's just a paragraph. In a mobile platform, it looks like a very long essay. So we have to make sure we use short sentences that go straight to the point, and a lot of A/B testing.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Celia. Yeah, that's really helpful. And just to let everyone know, we have popped those links into the chat function of all those different platforms that Celia mentioned. So do please check them out. Just cautious of time, I am going to jump into my next question for you, Celia, and we did slightly touch on earlier is ChatGPT, a tool that has gained quite a lot of popularity at the moment. So I was wondering if you could explain what ChatGPT is for those who might not know, and why people are using this, maybe why this is something small businesses should look into.
Well, absolutely, and I love ChatGPT. It's a artificial intelligence language model, and is trained by a company called OpenAI. It's designed very specifically to communicate with people in a conversational way. It has the ability to generate a coherent and contextually appropriate text. Is very versatile. It can give us insights, recommendations, is based on a very wide range of data. And just to unpack what the GPT stands for, so we understand the tool a bit more, G stands for generative, so it generates, it creates. P means pre-trained, so it's pre-trained with over 300 million different data sources and parameters. That's quite a lot. It's trained in terms of live internet up until the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. So ChatGPT does not know who the Prime Minister is now or how many Prime Ministers we had in the last year. That's not the right use for that. We can use that Google for anything which is very current and updated. But it does have a lot of in-depth analysis, and T stands for transformer, meaning transformer architecture is a type of language model. And what I would say, because everything else I mentioned is AI integrated into other platforms, but ChatGPT, which was released for everyone to use last November 2022, it's free. It does have capacity issues, so it's really worth getting the paid version, which is about $20 per month. This is the one which is absolutely fantastic tool, and I would say and encourage everyone to play around with it to make sure you understand how it can help you. And it can do lots and lots of different things. So for example, if you're preparing to meet a client and you're looking for some quick top points, what are the key challenges that a company in this particular sector is facing? ChatGPT can offer you this answer. The interface is very user-friendly. Google, as we all know, we have ads, we have to scroll down, then we have to click. Maybe the page is not relevant, then we go back to Google, rinse, repeat. ChatGPT does not have any distractions. And even if we have people on the call who might be just a little bit apprehensive of technology, it's so incredibly easy. The main thing is we have to learn to ask good quality questions. So it can help you with research, writer's block. We never have to stare at a blank page again and worry that we don't have anything to say for our blog or social media, because it can generate that initial spark of information. And it's absolutely wonderful. I love it.
Fantastic. We have popped a link in the chat function as well. So that's a really good way to get started. I'm just cautious of time and can't believe we've flown by already. So I am going to jump to a couple of questions we've come in from our audience, just so we can make sure they've got all the support they need. So I'm just going to jump to Zach. Zach's on the line. Hi, Zach. Thanks for joining us today. And Zach is asking, do you have any suggestions for customer support focused AI solution that could be trained and put into service?
Right. So in this case, I would say one thing that you can use, you can either customize a WhatsApp for Business and the API. So this is something that you're going to need technical support, so a developer to be able to do that. Because when we can access the API of a particular tool or platform, we can customize it completely and tailor-made it. The other option is to consider OpenAI. So OpenAI has created ChatGPT, but OpenAI, via their paid subscription, they actually use a more advanced version called ChatGPT 3. That's even more powerful, and you can then use a developer there to create that customization, and you can connect different apps together. As I said, it's a technical aspect, but it can be done in various ways.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Celia. I hope that's answered your question, Zach. Excuse me. We have another question coming from Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine's asking for any recommendations for AI platforms specifically for writing blogs, newsletters, or articles.
Yes, absolutely. So the easiest platform to use at the moment would be ChatGPT, unless you're looking to insert very latest data and statistics, in which case you need to go back to Google. So ChatGPT would be the best one to use. The other ones that come very highly recommended, I've used them personally, is copy.ai. The free version allows you to do quite a bit. It's very much geared towards marketing. It's not just content creation, it's marketing assets. So it can, and the other one, of course, is Jasper, previously called Jarvis, which again is very much like Copy AI, and you can do blogs. The main thing here, I would say, each of these platforms require us to learn how to make the most out of them. So I would say pay attention to your commands or your prompts. So for example, with Copy AI and Jasper, make sure you say something like audience, column, small businesses, let's say. The product details, this is a webinar. What is the call to action? Column, I want people to register for my event. So you give very, very clear commands or prompts, as they are now called, so that these tools know how to go and fetch that information for you. And the other component that can really help with content creation is deciding your tone of voice. And the beautiful thing about these platforms is that both Jasper and Copy write Sonic, Copy Sonic. I mean, there are lots of them out there. You can decide whether you want to use persuasive tone of voice, maybe friendly and approachable, maybe a little bit more formal. So play around to see what suits you best. Hope that helps.
Oh, lovely. Thank you so much. Copy AI, I've personally used, and it's fantastic. So can definitely preach the choir on that one. Unfortunately, we are out of time. It is bang on 12:30, and I can't believe we've rushed through that with some incredible digestible takeaways. Cecilia, thank you so much for joining us today, and for everyone else on the line. We're getting some lovely thank yous coming in. I guess one thing I'd like to maybe walk away from today's session is, Celia, what best advice do you have for our small businesses on the line who are brand new to AI when it comes to marketing, and maybe a bit of homework that they can do for the rest of the week, some quick tasks?
Excellent. So I would say focus on two things. First of all, decide what you would like to achieve. Be very clear what is your objective. Let's say it's content creation, because I saw there are a lot of questions around content creation. So I want to create content. What kind of content? I want to create a lead magnet, a blog, a social media post, a sales document. So be very specific about that. And the next thing to use ChatGPT. That would be my first port of call. It's a wonderful platform. As I said, go for the paid version if you can, at least initially, to explore it more. And then you can refine and use the other platforms. So yes, clarity on the destination and play around with ChatGPT.
That's wonderful. A lot of thank yous coming in. Such an interesting webinar and tools suggested. Excellent webinar. Thank you so much. Very interesting. So really glad to see that we've supported everyone, and obviously a very popular topic. So we will be taking that away, making sure we're supporting our small businesses on AI more. But just to let everyone know, this session has been recorded. So if you've had to pop off or had any troubles listening, not to worry, you will receive a recording at the end of the day via email, and we'll also be able to connect with Celia on Enterprise Nation. If you have any other questions, we have popped the link in the chat, so maybe scroll up a bit and find that link, and Celia is more than happy to help. But a big thank you for Enterprise Nation. Celia, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
We look forward to seeing everyone in the next Business Connected Lunch and Learn. Take care, everyone, and have a fantastic week.
Thank you for being here. Bye.